sailing out where the sea breeze calls. Mitchell and Gazi, they're having a ball. With the sun on our backs and the salt in our hair, every wave tells a story only brave hearts dare. From island shores to the deep blue sea, together we're roamers forever free. New mates and new dreams, the horizon's wide. On salty days, adventures come along for the ride. Salty days, salty waves, adventures on the way. Catch the rhythm, sing along, let the good times stay. Sailing high, stars above, friendships lighting true. Mitchell and Kazi, sailing free with you. Every port's a treasure, stories to unfold. Laughter on deck as the tales are told. Chasing sunsets, chasing time, living life in this salty ride. New mates and new dreams, the horizon's wide. On salty days, adventures come along for the ride. Salty days, salty waves, adventures on the way. Catch the rhythm, sing along, let the good times stay. Sailing high, stars above, friendships lying true. Mitchell and Kazi, sailing free with you.
We're saying goodbye to Dominica. We love you, Dominica. We'll be back.
Mates and memories under sky so blue. Every day's a dream come true. Yeah. Salty day, salty way, adventures on the way. Catch the rhythm, sing along, let the good times start. Sailing high, stars above, friendships lighting true. Mitchell and Kagi, sailing free with you.
Well, we're motor sailing actually to Martinique. It's been a bit of a slow, sultry sail. The winds have been okay. For most of the day they've been coming in from the southeast, and now they've like totally flipped around and now they're coming over from the opposite direction. But yeah, who cares, hey? This is just gorgeous, and we're now sailing into Martinique, and we've always do a bit of research on where we're arriving into. This place looks absolutely stunning. Not that every other place we've been to hasn't been stunning, but top 4 things why sailors love Martinique is the cheapest fuel, the cheapest food, the cheapest alcohol, and the cheapest going out in the whole of the Caribbean. So that is a good thing. We'll be able to stock up on everything and have a bit of fun as well while we're here. The volcano that we're looking at now is I can't remember, but when it last erupted it totally killed all of the occupants of the St Pierre, the village directly beneath. We've put on our check-in, check-out clearance that we plan to be in Martinique for 10 days, so I think that's a fair amount of time to really get a good feel for the place and explore the whole of the west side. Yeah, it's been a lovely day. The sun is pumping. It is just so warm here and beautiful. It is a delight sailing in the Caribbean, I have to say, and even more so on such a beautiful boat. So We are continually grateful, filled with gratitude of having this opportunity, and we appreciate that it comes with its own sadness. I mean, obviously we leave our family and friends in Australia and we're a long, long way. Like, we're 12 hours difference when we want to talk on the phone. Or, you know, sometimes when my family are just getting up and texting me, I'm like knackered and I'm already in bed, like snuggled up. I find it really difficult to communicate at that time. So yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning is probably the best, 5 and 6, because it's their afternoon, and they're 12 hours in front of us. So yeah, you just have to sort of always keep remembering, oh, it's 1 o'clock p.m. Oh, it'll be 1 o'clock a.m. tomorrow a.m. So it's a bit weird. But let me show you a little bit more about the west side of Martinique and the coastline. And yeah, excuse the engine noise in the background, but we were literally going like 3.5 knots. So at least now we're going 5.5, 6.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
How are you finding sailing salty days, Leopard 40?
It's a lot easier to tack in it than Ocean Lady was. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't done enough sailing yet.
Oh, you've had a fair go.
The sails are so much bigger, they're like double the size, so so much more powerful.
Yeah.
You've always got to watch out for that. The electric winch is very powerful as well, so you've got to watch you don't get anything caught on something, because it'll just rip something, it'll break something rather than stop.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I know that I don't like all these headwinds.
Yeah, we've had a few. It's our first little step on the soil of Martinique. Yeah.
It is strange, every island you go to is different. So the last island we're at, they were like right-hand drive and left-hand side of the road. And 25 miles later, it was crazy. It's just rows of early houses.
Yeah.
Well, I'm standing at a site which is quite infamous in history that you've probably never heard of. At least I'd never heard of it until recently. We are in Martinique in a place called St Pierre, which I know that you probably haven't heard of before, but this has got really, really crazy history here. So this town in 1902, with a population of some 30-odd thousand people, was completely wiped out in a minute. The volcano that's right behind me, what's left of it up there, just exploded, and it completely, like a pyroclastic blast that instantly killed 30,000, all 30,000 plus residents, plus every ship that was in the harbour, of which there was apparently like 500 ships in the harbour. All of them caught fire instantly and sank. It is one of the most crazy places, unique places I've ever been to that I've never heard of. So we're going to take you for a walk around town, show you some of the history, and take some photos and things, and we'll see what we can show you.
At first glance, St Pierre feels peaceful, but hidden beneath all this beauty lies one of the deadliest yet fascinating volcanic disasters of the 20th century. Back in the late 1800s, St Pierre was known as the Paris of the Caribbean. Streets were lined with high-end shops, elegant cafes, a fancy modern theatre, and wealthy merchants who made fortunes from sugar and rum, and many believed that wealth and status would somehow protect them. But in 1902, Mount Pelée began to wake up. At first, the warning seemed small. Villagers near the volcano reported strange rumblings beneath the ground. Ash fell from the sky, animals behaved strangely, rivers became hot and muddy, and a strong sulphur smell drifted through the air. By April 1902, the signs became impossible to ignore. Explosions echoed from the volcano, ash covered nearby villages and plantations, and frightened residents from smaller communities tried to flee to St Pierre. But despite the growing danger, authorities continued to reassure everyone the city was safe. You see, legislative elections were only days away, and officials feared evacuation would create panic and disrupt voting. So police blocked the town's exits, preventing people from leaving, while newspapers downplayed the danger. Even as smoke rose from the mountain, most residents stayed, but Mount Pelée had other plans. On May 2nd, ash began falling heavily over St Pierre. The sky darkened, people covered their faces to breathe, and earthquakes shook the town. Still, businesses remained open. On May 3rd, boiling mud and volcanic debris flowed down the mountain, and the smell of sulphur filled the streets. Panic spread, but St Pierre still wasn't evacuated. May 6th and 7th, ash rained constantly over the city. Ships crowded the harbour as captains debated whether to stay or flee. No one truly understood what was coming. Then, at around 8 a.m. on May 8, 1902, Mount Pelée erupted with catastrophic force. A superheated avalanche of gas, ash and volcanic rock exploded down the mountain at incredible speed, slamming directly into St Pierre. Buildings burst into flames instantly, and people collapsed where they stood. In less than 2 minutes, the Paris of the Caribbean was gone. Nearly 30,000 people were killed. The Grand Theatre, homes, businesses, and entire streets were destroyed. More than a dozen ships in the harbour were sunk, burned, or heavily damaged. Remarkably, one man survived, a prisoner held in an underground stone cell. The thick walls protected him from the worst of the blast, and after several days trapped inside, rescuers finally found him. Today, St Pierre feels peaceful once again, but walking through these ruins, it's impossible not to feel the weight of what happened here. A reminder that nature doesn't care about wealth, status, or politics, and sometimes the warnings are there long before the disaster arrives. And obviously we need to pay attention to the animals. St Pierre may have been destroyed in 1902, but it's a story that still echoes through the Caribbean today, and it was totally a truly fascinating stop for us.
This is one of the most spectacular things about this place is the theatre, which I've seen the renditions of how it looked, and unfreaking believable. So check it out now. It is amazing.
It's anywhere like
Standing on history right here.
sailing into history.
Yeah, one of the first theatres that were built. Very grand, 800 seats.
I think it was 1796 it was built.
And closed in
1901, the year before it got wiped out by the volcano.
bit unfortunate. Had many grand productions in its day. Wow, what a view that would have been to have pre-theatre drinks here and enjoy the view of the ocean. Very fancy. Well, what's behind here? Nasty dog, but oh, this must have been the stage, babe. Look at the marble floor. This is, yeah, spectacular. How good is that? That is regal and beautiful.
It's the old orchestra pit, and this was the whole stage here, and it would have had a wooden floor, and then all the seating would have been back behind there. Amazing. Oh, beautiful view.
It's pretty awesome. This is gorgeous. Yeah, I spin out at how many boats sank here. That's crazy. I mean, there was 300 or something anchored here, and all of them sunk almost immediately. So a couple of them managed to get away but sunk as they departed, so nothing survived except that one guy that was locked in his cell. Hey,
yeah, and he ended up making a career out of it because he was the only one that survived. He became a part of the PT Barnum and Bailey's circus and travelled all over the world, particularly all over the USA, being like a sideshow oddity for being the only person that survived a
volcano.
A mega catastrophe. So yeah, wild.
Yeah, it is wild. Very cool.
So I was just reading that the majority of the ships that got destroyed here, the pyroclasmic blast blew the tops off a lot of them and set most of the boats on fire because they were wooden back then. And then the blast was so powerful that it caused a tidal wave going outwards that engulfed the majority of the boats. Like, can you imagine a tidal wave going away from the shore? That's how incredible the blast must have been.
Right. Our last little look at St Pierre. Last little look at the sun as well. Bye, sun. See you, St Pierre. Hey, good morning. What a beautiful day. The sun's shining. But we're at St Pierre and we've just been asked by the fishermen to move. They obviously designate this spot for fishing, which is great, and it's a beautiful spot, but unfortunately in St Pierre there are no places to anchor. There are mooring balls, and we were fine with grabbing a mooring ball, but this place was just perfect. So anyway, we're up and at 'em. It's only like 7 o'clock or something. It's not like it's 3. So it's no drama. We were up, Mitcho was up at 6 this morning ready to move just in case they came and asked us to move. So we were expecting it, and it's no big deal. It's their house. We're anchoring in their house, so it's totally understandable. It's so weird. I had to get out the Google Translate to be able to let them know that sorry for being in your fishing spot, we're about to move. So anyway, off we go. We're going to some anchorage further west down the coast of Martinique, ending up in Fort France, but probably only for a day or two. So yeah, it's already an interesting visit to Martinique. Already we feel like, you know, it's so weird with Portsmouth. You feel like, honestly, sailing into Portsmouth, you have people coming out to say, welcome, this is your house, as well as our place. But then in Martinique, it's like, no anchoring there. Anyway, out of here. Saying goodbye to St Pierre and Mount Pelée. It didn't erupt while we were here, thank goodness. We have landed in the real France. Well, actually not the real France. We're in Martinique. But oh, I wanted to show you this. Oh my God. It is the yummiest breadstick you've ever seen in your life. Fresh. It was hot, right, when we picked it up? Well, hot enough. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Anyway, have a look at this. Yum, yum. It's lunch.